Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be using stiletto nails to do a design, and here is the design. I was literally obsessed and I was so in love with it that I had to show you guys at the beginning of the video what it looks like. So here we've got two colors mainly that we're going to use. We've got Positive Tomato, which is this kind of pinky shade, but it's got this really nice neon kind of vibe to it. And here we've got a nude color from Cloud Beauty N17, my all-time favorite nude, as you all probably know by now. I always rave about that color. Here we've got some Glitter Bows Unbelievable gels, which are nail art gels, which are going to make our nail art experience so much smoother and so much better. And here we've got some 4D Carving Gel, which is my all-time favorite company. And to be honest with you, it's actually the one and only company that I've ever tried, but I feel like I just hit a jackpot. I've tried it and I loved it, and ever since I've been trying to collect all the colors. So that's been a bit of a journey, and I'm trying to collect as much colors anyways as possible to film a video. So that is on the horizon now, so do stick around if you are interested in kind of 4D carving gels. If you're not so keen on doing 3D flowers with acrylic, or you're struggling, this is a great alternative. Literally, you see later on in the video, it's amazing. And I do have a video kind of focusing on the carving gels themselves, the different colors that they hold, how to use them, why they're so great. Literally stick around, it's going to be a great video, really informative, and hopefully it will help you guys kind of pick out colors, really, because that's at the end of the day the main thing, picking the colors. So I will have a very wide range of color options to show you guys on the video, so you guys can make a little bit of a decision what colors you want to pick up, because from what I remember, they've got a wide variety, so you're going to want to make sure you get the right color. So going back to the video, I am definitely taking my time applying the first layer of the colors, but luckily that helped me have a little bit of a chit chat there about the 4D carving gels. So we are going to have 4 nails that are fully nude and then 1 nail that is fully Positive Tomato color. Then off camera I will go ahead and apply the second layer that has now been cured, so we are working with 2 layers here, and I'm going to start off with our nail design here now. So using a nail art brush, I'm going to dip into that Positive Tomato, I'm going to outline our French tip, and then I'm going to color it in. If you wanted to, you could use your nail art brush, or you could use the brush from the bottle to color it in, whichever is quicker for you, or whichever you feel more comfortable with. Sometimes I prefer to use the nail art brush because I feel like I've got kind of more control, especially getting quite close to the perfect line that you've just created. Or sometimes I don't, so it just depends how you feel, how adventurous you're gonna feel that day. And with today's set, it's quite repetitive, so I think I only show you guys me doing this 1 nail, but we are going to basically repeat the French tip nail once more, basically. And then same thing with our kind of sweater plaid, I think it's called a plaid nail look. It's going to be very similar, but we are going to switch it slightly around. So I might show you guys that, or I might not. I can't remember now. I filmed this a little while ago, so I have been really feeling voicing recently. I don't know what it's been with me, but I've just not felt like I wanted to voice. I just felt like I wanted to give you guys the best of me, and I don't want to be all grumpy and unhappy on, you know, all the voiceovers. You want to have the happy me. So I've been kind of putting it off for a little while. I've been kind of focusing on creating nail designs and filming them, which is actually usually the hardest part for me, which is quite funny because I am a massive chatterbox. So now that I'm kind of feeling more up to it, I've created a lot of really cool nail designs that I'm super excited for you guys to see. So luckily I'm kind of ahead on that bit, so now I can focus on voicing and having a good time chatting to you all. So now that we've got the French tips done, this is probably going to be the hardest bit, which is exactly why I went off camera right there. So you kind of want to outline where the nude and the pink meet. So that's really hard because, you know, you're trying to make the line the same thickness going all the way around. You can kind of do it thinner as you go up the nail, which is also fine, and have the thickest part, you know, at the bottom of the nail. It's kind of up to you what you want to decide, but I did have to go off camera. There's just no way I could get it absolutely perfect. I literally, maybe one day I'll show you, but when I do nails, I wish maybe in the future when I have more monies, but I would like to sometimes do like a double camera so you guys can see what I'm doing and then also see my face. So sometimes when I go off camera, you'll be able to see what I mean when I say I need to like wrap my face to get it perfect. So maybe one day, but for now, as you saw, I kind of did that outline with the white from Glitter Bows, and then I also did these little dots on just one side, and I did it identical on both nails. So now it's time to work on our sweater nail, that's what I'm going to call it. And here we're going to start off with the white. So with the white, you want to start off with this nail in particular, you want to do one line only, And then once you're happy, you can decide whether you want to do it on the top or if you want to do it on the bottom. But on here, I decided to do the bottom. I'm going to do 2 lines, fairly close together, but leaving a gap. And that's because we're going to color it in. So this is the bit where you can kind of customize to your own liking. If you want this line to be super thick, if you want it to be super thin, or how many of these lines you want to do. So on one nail, I ended up doing kind of 2 versions of the white. I think I show you guys here, but on the other nail I only did 1 line. So I'm not, like I said, I'm not quite sure if I show you, so we'll get to that bit in a moment and then I'll let you know if I do show you or not, but you'll be able to tell already. So here I'm doing the second line. So once again, that first line, you kind of want it fairly thin, you don't want it super thick, but like I said, it's kind of up to your own preference and liking, and you can actually research online all different sorts of ways of doing sweater looks and kind of mix and matching it if you wanted to. So maybe you like the idea that I did the white lines here, but then you might not like the rest of the nail that I do with this sweater nail, and then you can like mix and match with other nail designs, if that even makes any sense. Because sometimes I feel like with inspiration, you don't always have to like fully copy. You can pick up one little bit from one nail design, one little bit from another, and before you know it, you've kind of found inspiration in all sorts of different nails and just combined it and made like your own design, which is always fun. So yeah, so also with, so I didn't. So this is the second nail. I only did 1, as you can see, and in the background they're already cured, and I did 2 lines. So that was kind of an attempt to not make them fully symmetrical. I kind of wanted to show you guys the different options you can do, and another just way of showing you guys that you can just kind of eye it, or just to kind of do what you want. So if you prefer more white, prefer more pink, add extra colors. You don't have to do as many colors as I did, so I ended up doing 3 different colored lines. So we've got the nude background, we've got the white and pink lines made, and then once we matte top it, I'm going to go over and do another line, but that using the Glitter Bell's sparkly kind of glittery gel polish. So when it comes to these nails, I love to have at least one line that's sparkly, whether it's glittered or whether it's just like a glittery gel polish itself. So you see why in a moment, especially on the matte background, it looks amazing. So usually where there is a white, just let's say there's just like on this nail, there's only the one white line. That makes sense. I will then do 2 pink lines. By 2 pink lines, I mean the thick line and the thin line together is like 1 line for me. So on the background nail, since we've got 2 sets of white lines, we're only going to do 1 set of pink lines. So that's the vibe. And then once we're happy, we'll pop into the lamp again, of course, and then we'll be able to matte top coat those in the moment. But I think before then, we might end up working on our flower nail. Who knows? I filmed this ages ago. So I'm kind of coming on the ride with you guys, figuring out what's next. So here I'm just gonna color it in. As you can see, it's quite easy, to be honest. You don't have to be too precise because there is a lot of lines going on, so they don't have to be perfect. Obviously, the more perfect they are, of course, always the better. The more sleeker and elegant kind of maybe your nail might end up looking, but there's no pressure in making it perfect. And also with this nail design, it's one of those nail designs I like to call sleek, modern, elegant kind of vibe going on, and I love these kind of nails. When I made this, I was like, oh my god, yes, 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 I love it so much. So much. Right, like I thought. So now it's time for the flower nail, which I'm sure you were all waiting for. So I decided to do the flower nail on the pink background, of course. I usually like to use the white 4D carving gels on a bit more of like a coloured background because I find the white kind of pops that way a bit more. So if I did it on the nude, it would still look great. But yeah, whenever you use kind of slightly darker colours, it really makes the flower pop, which is great. And here I'm using pink crystals, very like dusty pink crystals, which you can't really tell as much. You could literally get away with any type of crystals, but I was kind of trying to take advantage of the opportunity that we're using pinky kind of shades of gel polish, so I really wanted to use some pink crystals today. So here I'm placing one big crystal, we could say, in the middle, and then following it around with slightly smaller ones. So this would depend, the sizes would depend on how big your nail is, so it might be kind of trial and error kind of thing going on. So now go ahead and cure it because I don't want it moving about. If you're a massive expert, you probably won't have to do that. So now I'm going to use a dotting tool. I'm going to scoop up as much as I want of that 4D carving gel, pop it onto my arm or hand, and then make a little ball. And then place it right where I want it. So I'm going to place kind of 3 balls of the same size, focusing a bit more, you could say in the middle part, and then the ones on the ones right at the top and one right at the bottom is going to be the slightly bigger bead. So this is the bead that always gets me. It's still the most hardest thing for me to master, and I'm still nowhere near mastering it. Every time I do it, I struggle. It takes time and effort, and I just cannot get it right. So if you guys are like experts in body covering gels and you have this cool little technique or some sort of trick to get it right, please let me know, or tag me in your video, or link in the description if you even came across a video that really explains it well, because oh my goodness, it's the biggest pain in the backside. I'm always struggling, so please let me know. You'll see in a moment what I mean. So there's our first 4 beads. One more to go. That's going to be the bigger bead that we're going to place down the bottom. Just scooping it up. This is also another bit that can be quite difficult, trying to get these little beads the perfect size, which is great because actually, since it's not curing, you can add more, just like I'm going to here, which is great. You're not time restrained, but obviously you kind of want to make your nails as quickly as possible, whether you're filming or whether you're doing it for a client, and not mess about like I am here. Everything was just falling out of my hands. It was just, yeah, I don't think it was my day for filming. So once you've got your beads right there, I'm using a silicone tool, like a pointy one, and then I'm using my Miley nail prep liquid to kind of, I like to dip it in there to make the silicone tool not be sticky. So that's my little technique I've kind of guessed doing these, because at first it was really sticky and it was sticking and it wasn't going where I want it, and since I've been dipping it into the liquid, it's been absolutely great and no issues whatsoever. So the idea is that you want to kind of press into the flowers at a specific angle. As you can probably tell in the camera, I'm not fully pressing down. I'm going in at an angle and then pressing the body of the silicone tool down, if that makes sense. So the 3 little petals there that I'm working on now are going to be literally just the standard petal shapes, and then the the ones at the bottom and at the top is one of those the typical flowers that people do with acrylic. The petal is kind of like a bit longer and then has a pointy top, if that makes sense. And I was really trying to go for it. Until this day, I struggle. I feel like it gets to a point where it's acceptable, but it's not perfect. It's not where I want it. So it's still kind of a work in progress. Who knows, maybe after filming a few more of these, I might eventually get a bit better. But, you know, practice makes perfect. And like I said, I haven't been able to find a video yet that shows it really well or offers really cool tips and tricks. So if you guys have, please let me know. I would literally love you for it. It will literally be the best thing ever, because I love doing these flowers, and being able to do these like super long pointy flowers with the 4D covering gel would literally be amazing and a lifesaver, because I really love doing those flowers and I dread them every single time, but I do try and push myself to do them because they are super pretty, and you know, one day maybe I'll be able to master them. So now that I've cured the flower, I am going in with some matte top coat. So we've got another matte top coat today, and I am using my all-time favorite Vanillisa matte top coat. It's like my ride or die matte top coat. I've had this one for years and it's always worked like a charm for me. It's literally great. I love it. Super affordable. You can get it on Amazon recently now, actually, I've noticed. I used to get mine on AliExpress. I think they've like disappeared from AliExpress. I don't know what's going on. I would always shop on AliExpress, but now you can get them on Amazon. So I don't know what they're playing at. I would prefer AliExpress, but never mind. As long as I can get them somewhere, because I love them. And you can get these really cool refillable bottles, which I think is great too. They're literally the best thing on the planet. And the amount of times I've run out recently, and all I had to do is just refill it, which is literally, can't even express. I'm just one of those people that doesn't realize you're running out until you run out, and then I'm kind of stuck, and I've got all these nail designs and ideas I want to work on for you guys, and I can't do it if I don't have the top coat. So it's great to have this like backup little refillable bottles. It's literally amazing. If I don't forget, I'll try and leave that in the description too, so I don't show you guys that in the video, but I will have that linked in the description, because they're literally great if you wanted to kind of have a look what they look like, and if they're kind of in your price range and all of that kind of stuff. So here are the nails, all nice and matted, looking beautiful. So now it's time to kind of apply our crystals and charms and all of that kind of stuff. So we're going to apply crystals on the French nail. So we've got 2 of those. They're going to be identical, as you can see. So I've got these gold and pink crystal hearts, and I thought they were super cute, and I've got a bunch of these hearts. I've got like pinks and blues and all sorts of other colors, and I just was quite desperate, to be honest, that day to really include them in the set, or it didn't have to be the set, but in some sort of set. I just really like them, and I haven't picked them up for a while, and I will sometimes find these quite hard to use. So I thought, right, let me let me do something. So this is what we've decided to do. I was a bit concerned that the gold might not match, but to be honest with you, I don't think it's that bad. I don't think it kind of sticks out that bad. But I don't know, especially as I did use, or I will in a moment, use some of that Glitter Bells gold kind of nail art gel. So I think that does kind of bring in the gold into the set, which is exactly what we want, to make it all match together. So now using some McCart Rhinestone Glue Gel on my nail art brush, I'm just going to dip into the rhinestone glue gel and then dip some dip some dots around that nail with the flower, and then just put the crystals in there. And that's basically my way of being like, right, this nail is a bit too bare, and let me jazz up a little bit. And why not? It's, for me anyways, it's always either add some crystals or add some glitter. So in today's set, it's going to be some crystals. And you know what? Since I've been kind of doing some Halloween sets, it feels like I've kind of started to have a bit more of a variety of no glitter sets, which is crazy. I can't believe that, actually. I'm looking at my little tray of nail designs that are ready to voice and edit for you guys. And literally as I'm looking, I can see 3 sets out of 5 that have no glitter. So that's progress. Although I think there's absolutely nothing wrong with having glitter on your nails. I love it, and I will continue to do it non-stop. But yeah, I just feel like recently it just didn't feel right to put it. So yeah, you guys are going to have a bit of a variety. If you're not into glitter, this is going to be perfect for you, especially this one. I have a few Halloween set coming up also with no glitter, if that's also something you're into. So now it's time for the the gold nail art gel. Nail art. So they're literally great. I love them so much, and they are kind of, I think they are the only nail art gels that I've tried, but they're once again just like a jackpot. They're amazing. I love them. I love the packaging. I love everything about them. They're great. They're gonna last me a lifetime. You get so much in these pots, literally. And yeah, and the Glitter Bells have a really nice range of glittery gel polishes. I can't wait for them to actually come out with more. They've so far got just the standard silvers and golds and kind of like a rainbowy glitter and all of that jazz. So I am waiting for more coloured ones. But until then, here is the final results. I hope you guys liked it. I absolutely love how they came out, and I'm so sorry for being so chatty today. I feel like I've just gone off one. So I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and hopefully I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys!